At 4, in just the last hour and a half, the Prince George's County Council decided to take aim at an issue so many of you are talking about: high rent prices. After moving forward with several temporary measures, the council has approved a permanent rent cap in the county. Rafael Sanchez Cruz is at the County Council headquarters with more about how this will impact our neighbors.
Proponents of the rent cap are calling this a huge step in the right direction, but they're also saying that an estimated 40,000 tenants in the county will not be protected by this measure. After months of back and forth on the issue, the Prince George's County Council has approved a permanent rent cap. The bill would cap rent increases at 3%, plus the rate of inflation up to 6%. However, the buildings constructed after 2000 would be exempt by the law.
We started with a lot of my colleagues not being in support of permanent rent stabilization.
Councilmember Chris Soriada, who has been leading the issue, says this is a triumph, particularly because senior living facilities will have a lower cap of 4.5%.
Getting the amendment for the senior protection at the lower rate was a huge amendment that we got into the bill. What we weren't able to address was price gouging for everyone that's not protected, right? So I'm moving forward with legislation next session.
Councilmember Edward Burrows says he's concerned the bill is leaving out some of the most vulnerable in the county.
We have senior citizens who are literally deciding between food, prescription drugs, and basic necessities. And so the fact that this bill leaves out thousands, tens of thousands of seniors is very unacceptable to me.
Exempt from the cap are landlords who rent out fewer than 5 units and homeowners living in the house and renting out part of their home. This permanent measure replaces a temporary measure that was previously approved, which means that this goes into effect immediately. In Largo, Maryland, Rafael Sanchez Cruz, USA 9.
Rafa, thank you. This comes as President Biden is working to set a federal cap on rent prices. The plan would eliminate a tax benefit for landlords who increase their tenants' rent more than 5% a year. Keep in mind, this would only apply to landlords who own more than 50 units. Biden's plan would need to be approved by Congress before going into effect. The president is expected to unveil more details on the plan next Tuesday in Nevada. Nevada, by the way, has seen one of the biggest increases in housing costs nationwide.